Hi, good Wednesday already, and welcome back. It's the 19th day of July. It's been a pretty hot one out there for the 19th day of July. Weather-wise, continued high pressure keeps us mostly dry until the weekend, and during the latter part of which we're still looking at a cold front to change things up and give us some cooler air definitely some more chances of showers and storms. I'll outline it in more detail in just a few moments. As for headlines from around the area that may affect us, a recall to announce on a popular four-wheeler, an ATV being recalled as a result of a serious fire hazard, a new president for the Kentucky Community and Technical College system, which of course affects a great deal of our youth and students. And on a more local level, AEDs, the last of 8 distributed last night, donated to our local fire, rescue, and EMS personnel, covering now basically all of McGoffin County to some degree, to a great degree with their proximity. And this, even though we've done a similar report with the others that have been donated thus far, very interesting to hear some takes by local fire chiefs, some different opinions on the very subject of AEDs and having them and their history with or without them. It made for an even more interesting report, to be quite honest, than I had originally even hoped for. They shared a lot with us. We'll also talk about that Narcan event that I was telling you about for the past couple of days. It did not go as perhaps many expected. I myself not surprised, but some were, and I'll give you more details in a few moments, and a meth and drug-related arrest last night in Sayersville as well. Before we get to our local headlines, however, we'll talk about things from elsewhere in Kentucky with the announcement coming from the Kentucky Community and Technical College System President, Dr. Jay Box, announcing a new president of the Big Sandy Community and Technical College. I may have misspoke when I announced that a few seconds ago, but indeed a new president for the Big Sandy Community and Technical College of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System. A current provost with the Wayne County Community College District that's in Detroit, Dr. Sherry Zauka, will be and has been named the new president of the Big Sandy Community and Technical College System. Now, her resume includes getting a degree with the College Centers and Workforce Development and Continuing Education program at Schoolcraft College in Michigan. She also has a degree at the University of Texas, specializing in higher education administration. She has a master's in the education administration field from Eastern Michigan. She also has 2 associate degrees as well. And her background, according to President Box of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System, makes her an excellent fit for this position. He cites her extensive higher educational experience being a great asset for the community college system, the college of the Big Sandy campus, and the community at large. And one more before we get to local news, but this may very well affect some local folks. A recall tonight being announced on more than 25,000 popular Polaris four-wheeler units, specifically 570 units or models from the 2014 year. The recall announced by Polaris and the Consumer Product Safety Commission involves 2014 Polaris Sportsman 570 ATVs like this one, sold in several colors. The Sportsman 570 is responsible for 30 reports of fuel leaks and 4 incidents involving a fire, but no injuries have been reported. But they advise consumers should stop riding or using these units immediately and contact Polaris for a free repair to be scheduled. They say that gas can leak into the headlight bezel or unit, and that can be ignited and cause a fire, possible injuries as well. They were sold from April of 2014 all the way through May of this year, with some lingering units still on the showroom floor between $6,500 and $7,500. 25,600 of these units involved in the recall. So if you've got a 2014 Polaris 570, don't ride it until you've talked to your dealer. I'll be right back. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. You can file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Syersville at 349-4522, and West Liberty at 743-1965.
To anyone else, it might just be Thursday, but around here, it's Dipper Day at your Sagersville Lee's, where a plate full of big white chunks of crispy chicken, 2 homemade sides, and a big buttery biscuit is only $4.99, and only $4.29 after 4 o'clock. So for lunch, a night free from the kitchen, or to cater your next big family or business gathering, call your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway. Custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Hey ladies, the Seasonal Shop is having a women's sales event this week, now through Saturday, with great savings on all the great fashions and styles and accessories by Mud Pie and Charlie Page. Versatile designs from preppy to classy to bohemian, in all clothing, shoes, bags, hats, scarves, and more. And be sure to come in and see the new home decor that's been arriving for weeks with the latest trends and colors of the season during our women's sales event through Saturday, only at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop. Come by and check out this 2014 Jeep Compass 4x4, and come by and check out this luxurious, roomy, limited 2011 Town & Country. And this row of 2015 and 2016 Nissans and Fords and more, all like new, with low miles starting at $99.95. Check them all out at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville. Sagersville Police Officer Mike Nichols, who you may have caught has just returned back to the force per my coverage of the City Council meeting on last night's show. Nichols being off per injuries he sustained in an auto accident while on duty just outside the newsroom, actually, you may recall, more than a year ago on New Year's Eve. Last night was his second night on the job, in which he arrested 2 individuals, an 18-year-old, a teenager, and a woman on serious drug-related charges after a serious amount of methamphetamine and marijuana were found in their possession at a Sagersville business. Per Nichols' arrest citation and a brief conversation with him earlier this morning, he tells me, and I've confirmed, that he was on patrol last night when he noticed a suspicious vehicle or someone acting suspicious around a vehicle at a fueling station here in Sagersville. He approached a gray passenger car and noticed that there were a total of 5 occupants inside, with the driver of which outside of the vehicle and actually in the store. My apologies, the driver in the car, one of the passengers inside the store. Nevertheless, he began questioning those inside, and one of the passengers, he says, began to act nervous, started fidgeting, and when he questioned him further, believes that he was trying to hide something down beside him to the side of his seat. Now, he found a quantity of methamphetamine and marijuana beside that young man, who did admit to being the one in possession of the drugs. There was also a pipe found in the glove box used to smoke marijuana or methamphetamine that was also seized by Nichols. Arrested was an 18-year-old Cody Harless from Tomahawk. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance in the first-degree, methamphetamine, being under the influence of drugs in the public setting, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. As for the female who was in the store, she hesitated to come out seeing the officer questioning the individuals, but finally did so. She was a passenger at one time in the back seat of the car, and after being questioned by Nichols. She was believed to be under the influence of drugs as well. She was also found to be in possession of 6 Neurontin pills in a coin purse in her possession, to which she admitted the drugs were hers as well. She too was lodged in the Big Sandy jail. She bonded out early this morning. However, at last report, the 18-year-old Harless was still in the detention center. And I've got another drug-related report for you right now in lieu of covering the Narcan event that did take place at the Magafa County Health Department yesterday. I've announced it on the program a couple of times, and I believe we were the only ones to actually get that announcement out. And it was hosted, of course, by the local health department in Magafa County and the Kentucky Pharmacists Association and the Kentucky Department of Public Health. And as I told you, they were bringing their mobile unit, and anyone and everyone who wanted to take a quick 10-minute training could get 2 free Narcan units, the nasal version, for free, worth $80 a piece or so. It was supposed to be from 1:30 till 5:30 yesterday, and I sent a camera up at 5 o'clock to catch the end or near the end and see how it had gone. However, the parking lot was vacant. It had ended early, very early, and was all over with. And in fact, just a little more than an hour after it began, they were all out of the free doses. And it wasn't because they didn't bring that many, but because, to be honest, somewhat because we put the word out here in the program on a couple of times, but more importantly, because of the overwhelming response and need in lieu of the drug problem and our concerns that our families have.
Well, it didn't last long, and it was a great success. They showed up about 12, and it's supposed to start at 1:30, and by about 1:15 we had 30 or 40 people ready to roll, and they went ahead and started early. And we gave all the Narcan kits out by 3 o'clock. It was people showed up, EMS showed up, fire department showed up, but it was as far as they was concerned and we was concerned, it was a great success.
And to be honest, they thought they had already had some great success with the program. They gave out 96 Narcan units in Pikeville during their stop there. In Hazard, a little less, at 91. 13 Narcan kits were given out in Madison County altogether. So, while I hate to say that they were pleased with the outcome in Magafa County, simply because it's not something you want to ever refer to as pleasing, but they indeed were surprised by the need of the potentially life-saving unit here in Magafa County and how the community turned out to try to get them.
Well, when they got down to about 75, and it was about almost 2:30, the gentleman that's over it with the Kentucky Department of Pharmacy called the commissioner's office in Frankfort, and the commissioner, he was telling us what a great success ours was today and how the small communities really embrace this type of deal. The commissioner said, well, I'm going to put another $25,000 into your stockpile of Narcan this year. So he was tickled to death. It's just a success story that our community came out and supported our firefighters and our EMS, and just the local residents know what an important issue this is about having something on hand that could save the life of one of their relatives or friends or just anybody that has a terrible addiction on drugs.
In all, nearly 100 doses were distributed in just a very short time in Magafa County yesterday, as many as the entire event in several counties like Pike and others that I just mentioned. Now, Shepard said that he's not quite sure when we'll see another round or any of that $25,000, but others in Kentucky will definitely benefit and see the results of that additional $25,000 put into the program, buying additional Narcan units because of the overwhelming response here in Magafa County. I've got calendar announcements right now before we get to our other top headline or two. They begin with a birthday wish, and that's followed, by the way, by a wonderful announcement in regards to something to do this Saturday. The deals you might find and the treats you might eat. Yeah, birthday wishes starting off your Magafa Farm Bureau calendar tonight. Happy 42nd birthday wishes to C.M. Gasparic from your sisters, your brothers, your nieces, your nephews, your family, a whole long list of friends. Happy 42nd birthday, C.M. Gasparic. A reminder, the Magafa County Head Start program is now enrolling children for the upcoming school year. I'm not going to say it, but I did the math earlier, counting the days until school starts, and it hurt. It hurt. So I'll just keep it to myself. If your child's going to be 3 or 4 years of age by August the 1st, they're eligible for Head Start. Slots are limited, so apply as soon as possible. You can call the Head Start office in McGoffin County by dialing 349-3488. A reminder about the fundraiser hosted by the U-Pike football team. They're having a golf outing this Friday the 21st. That's right. The register, I believe it is at 8, tee off at 9. 4-man scramble, $100 per person. And great prizes, a great day of golf at the Green Meadow Country Club. Call right now, 794-9372. That will put you in contact with the football assistant head coach, Brian Williams, who you've seen in the program as of late, and he can get you registered and ready to go and tee off this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, the Water into Wine Food Pantry has their senior day set for next Tuesday, 8:30 till noon, and their regular day of distribution at the food pantry Wednesday of next week, a week from today, 8:30 until 3:30. Now I've got a visual for you here. Yeah, I knew that would grab your attention. There is a big event coming up this weekend, and this menu, just this portion of a menu, is a part of it. The 1081 Yard Sale, the big miles-long yard sale in its 3rd annual event, is this Saturday from 8 until 5 in their 3rd year for the 1081 Community Yard Sale. So get on 1081, cruise all the way through, and you just never know what kind of great bargains you're going to find. Now, along that route, you're going to find the Littorals Fork Church selling concessions this Saturday. They've got a big breakfast platter, that's top left there, gravy and biscuits, meat, eggs, apples, sausage or bacon or bologna, whatever you choose, a biscuit sandwich, biscuits and gravy. And then they've got lunch. They've got a barbecue sandwich and hot dogs and nachos and fried pies and cheesecake and hot fudge cake and homemade goodies, and oh my gosh, my stomach's growling. And also, if anyone needs a spot for the yard sale, you're welcome to set up in the church lot. So stop by and get a bite with them, set up in the yard sale, or make it just a part of your yard sale trip this Saturday for the 1081 Community Yard Sale here in McGoffin. And I don't have it typed up, but I can tell you and need to from our McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center. Tomorrow is Commodity Distribution Day. That's right. 12:30 tomorrow. Also, they say please have patience with them. They don't have a lot of staff and volunteers to cover everything. So I'm asking you to also, if you have a little bit of time tomorrow, to go volunteer. They must do the meals before they can start giving out the food boxes. So keep that in mind. And they could really, really use you. If you don't want to wait in line, you could wait until 2 o'clock to come by. They're really in desperate need of some volunteers. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow, Commodity Distribution Day, starting at 12:30 if they can help, if they can get enough help. If not, they'll have to wait until they get all their meals served at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center. Up next, our local obituaries, a service provided by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. A reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 1 in honor of 67-year-old Arnold Francis of Coon Creek, who passed away Saturday. Survived by his wife, Verley, son, Arnold Dallas Francis, and a host of family and friends who also mourn his passing. Funeral services will be held tomorrow, 1 o'clock, from the Sagersville Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation continues the rest of this evening at the Sagersville Funeral Home as well. And David Tackett, at the age of 69, and from Browns Branch in Sitka, has passed away this week, yesterday. Arrangements are incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon. They're being made by the McGoffin County Funeral Home by the family. Once again, the passing of 69-year-old David Tackett of Sitka. Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
Get your $10 tickets now for the 14th annual and perhaps biggest community day yet. featuring the incredible Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, and other headliners like the Dave Adkins Band, the Edgar Loudermilk Band with Jeff Autry, Toddy Preston and the Black Powder Express, and many, many, many more. And all the food, fun, games, and fabulous prizes that you can stand, all for just $10, and kids 12 and under, they get in for free. Community Day in the Ramey Park in Sagersville is Saturday, August the 19th. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months, no-interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. From gardening to swimming to mowing to sports, whatever you're going to do this summer, you can do it for pennies on the dollar at Parkway Gun and Pawn, and they'll loan you cash today on anything worth $1. They've got musical instruments, games, electronics, tools, jewelry, new and used long and handguns, ammunition, and more. It's Parkway Gun and Pawn. Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904. Of the ongoing effort of a local young woman to have AEDs, automatic or automated electronic defibrillators, accessible to any and all McGoffin counties. It was at the urging of Brandy Howard and some others that she asked to join her team after they presented to the McGoffin County Board of Education that the McGoffin County Schools purchased an AED for all schools and both sports complexes. And then Brandy Howard and State Representative John Blanton both joined alongside Cameron's cause. And after they pooled their efforts before our state legislators, Cameron's cause donated 8 AEDs to McGoffin County. As I've already covered, one going to the Ramey Pool, one going to our Little League and baseball fields in the Ramey Park, and with 2 McGoffin County fire departments currently having their newer functional units, the Middle Fork Fire Department, Sagersville Fire Department, Bloomington Fire Department, North McGoffin Fire Department, the McGoffin County Rescue Squad, and the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center each received their donated AEDs last night. The dedication, and I'll call it sincere drive, of the heart of Brandy Howard and the gracious donation by the Batson family, the last of 8 donated AEDs have found their way to where they will be stationed in the event of a cardiac situation, covering now practically all of McGoffin County with their proximity.
With the Sagersville Fire Department, we do a little over 600 rounds a year, and probably 80% of that is EMS concerning heart attacks, and we had a Narcan class today for overdose, so we all the time doing something to better the city. And this year is a big help because this is roughly about $3,000 is what this unit costs, that the city or the citizens of Sagersville does not have to come up with to provide this for the people of city of Sagersville.
This is going to be a big help for us. I mean, we always try to get everything we can, and we've been talking about one of these, and you don't know how much we appreciate to get this.
Anytime you can get a piece of equipment involved with fire and rescue, at some point in time, you're going to run across a person who's life-threatening situation, and if they happen to go into a full arrest, then we know we have a piece of equipment that may help bring them back and keep them going until further ALS, BLS units arrive into further treatment. So this is a big piece of equipment that will help save someone's life in the future sometime.
Also, where we're out in the rural area, it takes a while for the ambulance service to get to us. And another thing is, as the fire service, it also gives you the ability to take care of your own members, because if you're on a structure fire or even a call, it's, you know, if you have a firefighter go down, it can be numerous things, heart related or anything, and then you've got the ability actually to take care of your own.
Back a few years ago, PD Conley, he did use one of these on a forestry guy. He actually wasn't forestry, he's what we would call a volunteer just to help forest fire on Hensley Road, which that young man, he did die, but PD Conley did use one of these on that fire that day to try to save that young man's life. As Bloomington Fire responded to a forest fire that day, and he got overheated and went down with a heart attack, and they tried every way they could to bring him back, but it with no prevail. But I was speaking with Brandy on the phone earlier about these. She lives in Rock House, and Josh is over around close to Rock House, which is North McGoffin Fire Department. And Bloomington's down around Bloomington. We're close. And we can get 2 if we need both of them real quick, because we back one another up. Which, that's not saying that the rest of them in the county won't come out, but one was saying that Josh can get to Rock House quicker than I can. And as bridge and stuff been out right now, he can get places where I can't. I can get places where he can't. So, you know, it's a great help to both of us of being in that area with 2 that close.
And there's more advantages than just having these devices, having them throughout the entire county of McGoffin, but also having them simply all the same.
They're interchangeable. Pads are interchangeable. You know, I've got 2 outdated AEDs. One of them's a Zool, and one of them is a heart saver. And so their pads won't work with this. And by all these agencies having the same machine and pads, we have access to a pad right quick if we have to have it.
Yeah.
Makes your set.
The AEDs are great, but it took a lot of effort by a certain individual to get them for us. And I want to commend Brandy here for doing that. She's made numerous calls to me, and we've tried to help her out to get her in contact with everybody. But, you know, that's what people in the community that really love our community, Sayersville and McGoffin County, when they come together, and she come together with her stubbornness, I'll call it, and perseverance. And she's not only got them to the fire departments, they're in the Little League field now and other places in the schools. And I think she should be commended, and that's what I'm here for, to commend her. It's great that we've got these things. We would have a hard time affording them right now, whether the financial situation is in the county or the city, affording these for our citizens. But when somebody comes forward like her and puts forth the work and the effort, I think everybody should commend her, and I really appreciate her.
Well, thank you very much. It means a lot to me, but more than that, I'm just thankful that I was able to provide this service for my community. Honestly, it's just trying to make the community safer and give people better chances of survival rates. And this is one small thing, you know, and I am stubborn, and when I get something on my mind that I'm going to do, it's going to get done. And I think we've all seen that. But I just think that this is going to give everybody in the county a better chance of surviving some type of cardiac arrest, whatever be the cause. And I hope they're never used, but if they're used one time and save one life, then everything that I have done, all the phone calls, everything has been worth it.
And Howard, as was everyone else for that matter, was also very thankful of State Representative John Blanton. You'll recall my reporting and keeping you up to date on their efforts and those efforts that did lead to the passage of a bill filed by Blanton during the last legislative session, which passed by every vote in the House with the exception of 2 in regards to seeing that AEDs are placed into all Kentucky schools. Now, that bill didn't get a hearing in the Senate for a lack of funding, but they're going back with their bill this year. And of course, they will do so alongside the Batson family, who so graciously donated these 8 AEDs for Brandy to distribute throughout McGoffin County in honor of their lost son, Cameron, who died suddenly and tragically of a cardiac event on a soccer field during his senior year.
It's part of their honoring their son by raising monies and buying AEDs and putting them in places where they may not otherwise be. So to Laura and David and that whole family, we're very appreciative of these AEDs, and for moving forward this next session with this bill, hoping that all the schools in the state of Kentucky will eventually have these as they should have. So here's where we came to. Moving forward, is to continue to raise awareness for the importance of AEDs, find the funding to ensure that we get these AEDs in our schools across this state so that no child is without when in need like Cameron was, and no family has to suffer what Cameron's family has had to endure from the loss of their son. So that's where we're headed.
Absolutely.
I'm Attorney Don McFarland. We all know that times are hard, jobs are scarce. Most people that I know are struggling to support their families and make it through each day. Now imagine that you get seriously hurt while working on the job, and the insurance company for your employer refuses to pay wages and benefits while you are injured and cannot afford to pay medical expenses, household bills, and put food on the table to support your family. I can help. If you are being wrongfully denied workers' compensation benefits that you rightfully deserve, then give me a call and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400.
July is here, and Appalachian Wireless is bringing the heat. We're giving up to $50 off any smartphone of your choosing this month. Samsung Galaxy S8, normally $149.99, now $99.99. Samsung GS7, normally $49.99, now only a penny. That's any smartphone up to $50 off its normal contract price, and it even includes the 128GB and 256GB models. Better hurry as supplies are limited. 2-year agreement required. Better service, bigger savings at Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Here's another rare find at Gateway Motors. This Subaru Tribeca all-wheel drive loaded with third-row seating and more, and great deals and low payments, most under $200 on units like this 07 Santa Fe all-wheel drive, this 2012 F-150. How about this 08 Yukon all-wheel drive, 90,000 miles, a one-owner, and everything else on the lot at Gateway Motors in Sagersville. 349 cars. All right, a short and, if you like the heat, sweet forecast for you, powered by Licking Valley RECC. I'm still looking at temperatures outside at the end of the early show, 6:30 almost. Right at it, we are 90 degrees, and it feels like 95 out there. And we're going to see more of the same tomorrow. 67 ultimately for our low tonight. Mostly clear skies, nothing but a light southwest wind. For your Tuesday, a little patchy fog in the morning, otherwise sunny and hot. We'll see temperatures of 90, heat indices of 95 or above. Lows tomorrow night right around 70 or above. Sunny, partly cloudy, dry on your Thursday. Friday, more of the same with 91. And that will put heat indices upwards of 97 degrees. 71 for Friday night's low, mostly sunny skies. You will see a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms from mid-afternoon on, but it's only a slight chance of some showers and storms. And that heat and humidity rolls right on into the weekend. 91 on your Saturday with a 20% chance of some showers and storms. 71 again for nighttime lows. Temperatures will start to back off a little Sunday, but still partly sunny skies, and you'll see the threat of showers grow. An approaching cold front will give us temperatures in the upper 80s by Sunday. By Tuesday, we're talking about 83 degrees. That's going to do it for tonight. But another day of news coming at you tomorrow. We hope you will join us then for more of your news today. Good night.